Cole's setting up the drone. We're going to be doing our Brassica food plot updates and our Clover food plot updates using the drone and on the ground here. So we're going to be taking off in a little bit. Alright, so this right here is a food plot we didn't get hardly any footage of. This is mainly a honey hole, just like the food plot behind us, so we'll show you in a little bit. But this right here, all we did was spray and disc, and it worked out really good. I don't know how long this is after, maybe like a month. I'll have it up on the screen. But as you can see, get a little closer, this is looking really good. But yeah, we'll take you to a lot of the other food plots coming up here in just a little bit. This is the first time we've had anything here in this spot. Alright, hasn't been too long since you've seen this food plot if you watch all my videos, but this is our Clover food plot. One of my favorite spots to hunt in the farm. There's the tree stand. You can see the clover is pretty darn lush in here. Like I already said, it's got a mix of white and red clover in it. And I came in and had to weed whack it because all this, all these weeds and everything got up above the clover and we're starting to kind of compete quite a bit. So I came in and weed whacked the whole thing. It was just too wet to get a broad shot in here. I'd probably do more damage than good because I'd probably rip it up because it was so wet. So I had to weed whack the whole thing. It took me probably about an hour, so my arms are pretty sore after that. But yeah, this Clover food plot is coming along real nice. I just can't wait to hunt over it. So we'll take you to some of the other Brassica food plots here in just a second as well. Alright, so we just showed you that one, and this right here is our other honey hole food plot. That's been in the ground since July 1st, so almost 2 months now, and it's kind of a weed fest, but you look in there, there's plenty of forage rape and purple top turnips and all kinds of good late season brassicas. So once all these weeds die off, it'll look nicer, like in November and December. All those brassicas will just pop right out, be nice and green. We'll take you to the other side, which is a little less weed free. Alright, so this right here is our sorghum wall we put in. As you can see, it's almost as tall as that corn behind it. And this side, you can see, is a little less weedy. And everything is pretty big in here. Like I said, it's about 2 months. We'll take you over there now. It looks even better over there. Alright, so this right here is like our best spot in this food plot. You can see this stuff's almost waist high, like as big as our soybeans. And there's just like tons of forage here for the deer. This is all the forage rape right here, just looking real nice. And remember, we had no lime and no fertilizer on this food plot. And look what it created. Just absolutely perfect soil, no rocks. Can't ask for anything better than that. Alright, so we are in the very corner of this food plot, very back corner. And as you can see, it's a very unique shaped food plot. We got the sunny area out there, and it kind of warps around all these little trees and all that little pocket of brush.
Yeah, that's my favorite food plot.
Cole says it's his favorite food plot just because of the unique shape and how usually most food plots don't look this unique, and how it even goes way down there. We'll show you that in a little bit. So here's another one of them forage rape brassicas. Just look at how big that is. That's one leaf. You got there, 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 and that is just one plant of many here. Just look at how, I'm just so amazed how big this stuff grew so far. Alright, so now we're just going to head on right over to both our beets and greens and wintergreens food plots. The big one right here being close to an acre in size. Alright, so this one right here was planted just a little bit after the one up there on the hill. And like I said, the one up on the hill we sprayed and disked. This one we just plowed because it was an old hay field. I just turned to basically pure grass, but without the spraying, you can see there's just tons and tons of weeds, grasses, and all kinds of just nasty stuff in there. But there's definitely enough brassicas in there for the deer too, so it worked out alright. But next year it's going to be mainly soybeans and corn, and a little bit of wintergreens probably. So we can really control the weeds by spraying it and just get a lot more food for the deer using the corn and soybeans. Alright, so this right here is the food plot I call the food plot on the hill because we're kind of on a hill. And I don't know how long this is after, but we'll have it up on the screen. This is all wintergreens here. And then look behind us. You can see that back there, it's a little smaller just because of how the shade it's getting. but right up here in the front it looks pretty good. But yeah, I'd say these wintergreens here, turn around, are probably in the highest spots, like right there, probably a 1.5 feet, 16 inches or so. Out there it's looking really good. And here's a really good look to show you how close these two food plots are. The one on the hill here, I've already said, it was just pure brush and trees. I cut it all out. I left like 3 trees in the middle, and now it's an awesome looking winter food source this year. And both these are just going to be great food sources for the deer this winter. And now I'll take you over towards our last clover food plot. And man, this one just looks really good. Right on the edge of all the woods and swamp, just looking like a great spot to hunt. It's Ladino white clover. It came in real thick. It's just looking great. Alright, so this right here is our other really good looking clover plot. This is all white Ladino clover. And this one's looking really good. I did mow this one as well. The weeds are taking over a little bit. Both this one and the other one are both first year clover food plots. But as you can see, this was mixed with winter rye or winter wheat with some brassicas, and some of those brassicas did survive the mowing. But yeah, that mowing really did help out the clover. And you can see right behind us here, we have a really good sorghum log. I'd say it's probably already about 6 foot, maybe even 7 feet. So that's going to really screen off the swamp from this food plot. So this is a nice little secluded food plot right back in here. So yeah. Alright, so we are in the middle of a cornfield right here. This is just a wet spot where nothing ever really grows that good. So this is all an alfalfa field last year. So the farmer, he came in here and sprayed off the whole alfalfa field and then drilled in the corn right through the alfalfa. But he went around this because it was a little too wet. You can still see where he came through right here. But since it was too wet, he didn't drill any corn here. And since it was all sprayed off at the time, at least the corners, the middle here wasn't too dead, but the edges were definitely sprayed off good enough. So all we did was come in here and broadcast our seed, and what we planted in here was a little bit of wintergreens and a little bit of Dankin radish, and it came up all right. I mean, it could have came up better, but it was pretty much a really easy food plot to put in. All we had to do was seed it. And guys, I would recommend this if you ever find a spot or a situation like this where you have a field like this where nothing's planted. Just take advantage of it and put as many acres into food as you can. This is looking really good for hardly any work we did to make it. Right here's a purple top turnip that's already pretty good sized, and everything else is looking real nice in here too. Alright you guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is our food plot update 2018, and we will be doing another food plot update probably in December or January when all this forage rape, all the late season brassicas are at their prime. The deer are hammering them hard. Everything else will be dead, and these food plots from the air will just look perfect. Everything will be nice and green. It's just going to be a really good video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe, and catch you next time.